are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please start, Amma.
Okay. A very good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this informative webinar, Campus to Corporate. Set, I would like to welcome our resource person for the webinar. It is a very happy to share that the resource person for today's webinar is the proud alumni of our Kelly College. My cordial welcome to Mr. Jayanth sir for the webinar. Mr. Jayanth is working as an audit associate in KPMG Global Delivery Center from past 5 years and have a wide experience in the corporate field. Sir have received several appreciations from the US engagement teams, received client service excellence award from the onshore team and have received several spot awards from the management. It's proud to have you in the webinar, sir.
Thank you, Divya.
My heartfelt welcome to Miss Shrilakshmi ma'am. Miss Shrilakshmi ma'am is worked as an audit associate at KPMG for 2 years and presently working as a senior associate in State Street Global Corporation. Ma'am have received Associate 1 of the quarter for their performance and have received Client Excellence Award from the US client and received many spot awards for their process excellence and quality delivery. It's our pleasure to have you in this webinar, ma'am.
Thank you, Divya.
A warm welcome to Mr. Hemanth Kumar, sir. Sir have worked as an audit US taxation in PwC Global Service Private Limited, worked as an advanced analyst of US taxation in EY Global Service Private Limited, and sir is presently working as senior associate US taxation in KPMG Global Service Private Limited. Sir have a wide knowledge in US taxation and have achieved several to have you in this session, sir.
Thank you very much, Divya, for the brief introduction. Okay.
I extend my warm
Yeah, sure. You go ahead.
I extend my warm welcome to our respected principal, Dr. Arun B. Sonapanawar, sir, for the webinar. I would also like to welcome our beloved IQAC coordinator, Dr. Srimati Mahananda B. Chittavadagi, ma'am, Head of the Department of Commerce, Dr. C.V. Koppat, sir, and our faculty members for the session. My cheerful welcome to each one of them present in today's webinar, and once again, a warm welcome to one and all.
Okay, thank you, Divya. Yeah, now the session is open for you people, Shrilakshmi, Hemanth, Kumar, and Jayanth. Please continue to share your experiences or interview skills, how our students should prepare for the interviews and all. Now, session is open to you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Sure.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, Divya. It was a nice speech. And thank you, ma'am. So, hi, all. Good morning to all the teachers present in the meeting and the students. Hope you guys are doing well and safe. I'm Jayanth here. Till date, I have 4 years of experience in the corporate field. I'm working for the data analytics team, which is basically working on like high-risk journal entries and general ledger. For the past 1 year, I'm into the quality and risk management team, where I used to work as a reviewer of the work performed by the professionals. So without my review, they cannot able to send the work request whichever they have performed. And I used to give industrial senior update meeting to all the fellow colleagues and the work management. We used to prepare reports based on the quality, whatever the request which we are receiving and what quality we are maintaining on the work request. That's all about me. Over to Shrilakshmi.
Hey guys, a very good morning to one and all. Sorry, someone talking in between. Okay.
I request all the participants to go on speaking. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sri.
A very good morning to one and all. I'm Shrilakshmi. Yeah, good morning. So I'm Shrilakshmi. I have total 4 years of experience. I'm a proud alumni of KLE. You can say that. So I was working in KPMG for 2 years in the audit field. So I was basically into the investment management, where I was handling mutual funds and hedge funds clients. Now from past 1.5 years, almost 2 years, I'm working as a financial reporter. I'll be handling the financial reporting of various clients in US based clients. So I'll be the person who will be preparing the financial statements for those clients. So it's like a front end, office for most of them. So that's it about me, and over to you.
Thank you, Shri. Hi, all. A quick introduction before pitching into the agenda. The thing is, like, we thought of giving you the personal work experience, what we do, and then if we give the reality, ground reality, it would be more making sense. So I don't deal with individual taxation. What we do in India. So there is a client, for example, a shell company. So the big fours, they pitch in for a bid to get the engagement. So based on the bid, the client would be available for us, and people who is going on assignment to the US or any other countries, we would be preparing their tax returns individually. So that is what we do, and the total number of hours we clock on each individual returns, that's how we would be getting billed for that. Overall, what we do. And so before we start with the main agenda, like we have planned in such a way that so you guys would all know that like how exactly the reality is right now or outside. Due to the pandemic situation, we see a lot of a job crunch over there, and we need to be more like on the top. It's neck to neck competition right now what we have. So the thing is, like we would like to share something wherein we need to focus certain factors which would make us go through or crack any interviews right now. So the first 3 things are the ground rules is so better we would like to be called as with our names rather than having any prefixes as sir or madam. We would love to have that. So we will have interaction session right now. so we will not have any superior complexity. And so let's make this more interactive, so that if you have any queries, then I think this is the right platform that your your perception and the reality would be in line. Over to you, Shri.
Yeah. So before starting with the sessions, as we are talking about our interviews, so I thought of sharing my experience, what I have thought, or what I was going through when I faced the first interview. So it happened when we were writing the third semester MCOM examinations. So it was the final day when the placement officer told us that there is an interview that will be scheduled in the coming within 4 days of a span. So it's one of the big fours, and you have to be prepared well. And we were literally, completely, we didn't had any idea like what to do, because we were just preparing for our exams at that time, and after that, within a 4 days, we had to prepare everything, starting from our resume, everything we had to prepare. So we were a bit scared, and we didn't know whom to approach or what to do and how to prepare all these stuffs. And we were asking everybody like how they are doing, and we were googling, we were searching YouTubes, and we were sharing what we know. And it was like that 4 days is like, it was a complete uh, you know like a lifetime experience kind of thing, and you never know what will happen in the future. So you have to be well prepared before entering into the in an interview. So I was like, that was my experience. I was bit, not bit, I was mostly scared, and I was very nervous. So hope everybody has the same feeling. I just need. How was your thought, Jay, about that?
Yes, yeah. Even I want to share my personal experience on this. So I still remember my first interview. I was so nervous, to be frank. When we were, as we said, when we were completing the third sem in Jan 4th, if I remember the date, Jan 4th was the interview for us. So after the exam, we friends, we grouped together and we were preparing ourselves better for the interview, like preparing the resume, how we need to prepare the resumes, what details we need to put on it, and what documents we need to carry for the resume, and how we need to present ourselves. These things we were sharing among our friends. And when I entered into the room, there was a person who used to interview us. He asked me, the first question is, tell me about yourself. To be frank, I was very nervous. I was thinking, when everything is in the resume, why we need to tell about myself? So that was a little bit nervous for me. So I started telling my name and my personal details, everything, and academic details, whatever I completed. So my personal experience is, whatever you say it confidently. Don't get panic or don't blabber any words on it. So whatever comfortable for you to tell the details about you, you can just tell it, or you just go in front of the mirror and practice yourself. I used to do that. I used to Google it, as she said. We went to YouTube and we learned few tips on that, how to present ourselves and what all details we need to present on them. So I used to stand in front of the mirror. I used to introduce myself to myself itself, saying that whatever details I need to share. So when you do it, you'll get a confidence on yourself, how you need to present, and how the way the questions need to be answered. So it was very challenging for me, but thank God, in the first interview itself, I was selected because of my friend's help and my teacher's help. And thank you very much. I request Mr. Hem to share his personal experience on this. Thank you all.
Yes, I really believe that day it was like it's like it was a lengthy day for me. The thing was like once I carried my resume into the firm. So the thing is, first thing, I was called for the meeting room, wherein in the panel there were three people who were sitting. They just received my resume and just put it upside down. And the first question they asked me is, tell me something which is not there in your resume. Straight on to the mark, and there's no any what do you call interaction to know about each other. It was like on point. And the second question was, why this company and why you? So that was like a brainstorming session. So there was no ease out for me, and directly it was like shooting with the question. And the thing was like I was like well prepared with that. So I was ready with like whatever is the situation, just handle it calmly and tell whatever is there, the fact, not about telling something and blabbering, and then like you will face like XYZ question on that. It's like a flowchart thing. If you say yes to a question, they'll come why yes. If you say no, then it's no. So that's how they start with an interaction session. So you need to be well prepared. So whatever the answer you give, you should be like calm. They will make sure that they'll be shooting question left and right. You need to be in a position to stay calm throughout the thing, and you shouldn't show yourself nervous or stressed out. Just stay calm. Just take one question at a time. It's not that like they're putting a gunpoint on your face and you need to tell everything. Stay calm, precise. Whatever you do, not fumble. Just say. If you do not know, say do not know. That's it. And then if you know something, just tell in such a way that so this is what my perception is, or this is what my understanding is. Correct if my understanding is wrong. So you need to use a glimpse of what do you call a polished language, which should make sense. So that's how you need to pitch in. That's what I feel as per my experience. Over to you, Shri.
Yeah, so it was a very nice session. Like we used to interact about all this, and now we are having a session where we are addressing somebody else and sharing our experience with you. It's really nice. So we thought of uh, cutting this session into a three parts where each one of us will be covering one topics each. So it goes like a resume preparation, your interview, different interview sessions, and the wrap up session, which covers all like how you have to prepare and how you should be present yourself, something like that. So I'll be covering the first part, that is resume preparation. So as all of us know, resume plays an important role when we are facing an interview. So before preparing your resume, make sure that you have a clear idea about what you are writing. So don't put everything which comes to your mind, and don't prepare your resume to impress somebody else. Just write the fact about yourself. Make sure that it's convincing yourself first. Next thing is to convince others. So if you're not convinced with your resume, there is no point that it will be convinced for others. So make sure that you will be having a clear idea what you are writing in your resume, and put only those points which are required. So, uh, I have seen people putting their, I mean, simple and short, because nobody is gonna sit and read your resume at the interview. As Hemanth told, they will not even look into your resume. Just for their documentation purpose, they will receive your resume for most of the time. So prepare it simple but yet attractive. So uh, there are different kinds of, different formats which are available in Google. If you search it over there, if you have no idea how to prepare it, you can Google it and you will get a plenty of formats. But as a fresher, I suggest you to go with the simple format, since you don't have a much topics to put in, like roles and responsibilities or work experience. I tell you guys to put it simple way and take the simple template, simple format. Like your personal information and career objective, educational qualifications, your skills, your hobbies, and your again, in detail biodata kind of personal information. That's pretty much enough. And if you had received any awards, or you have volunteered somewhere and you have some specific point which had to be highlighted in your resume, those things you have to put in for that. And career objective, I must tell you guys, I have seen whenever when I was preparing my first resume, even I looked into Google because I had no idea what to write over there, because our career objective as a student is different, as a professional will be different. So I looked into Google and I saw there's plenty of fancy objectives over there, but I knew that everything won't fit to my expectations. So you can refer career objectives examples in Google, but don't copy paste the same thing. So make it your own thing. Make it customized according to your uh, according to your wish, or which suits you, like that. Don't use many fancy words over there, since you guys are the freshers. Even the interviewer know that you will not be having a many you know kind expectation or an objective as a professional. So you will be still thinking as a student. So make sure that you keep it simple, and your career objective should be in line with the business, their business objective. Like whatever that you tell that my career objective is to build my career, or see myself as a professional, and help your organization to grow, or something like that. Some simple sentence is pretty much enough. Okay, then comes to your educational qualification. So you can put your 10th PU degree final years and MCOM till date, like second semester or third semester. So the results of these four is enough over there. So educational qualification is pretty much enough. And I have seen that some of the companies will put a limitation that there's 50% cutoff. Whoever is scoring below 50 is not eligible to apply for those jobs. So make sure that you cover all those criterias over there. Otherwise, it will be they will send you back after seeing your resume if that is not covered. So before entering in an interview, make sure that you cover all their eligibility criteria. So then comes your skills, whatever the skills that you are putting in your resume, make sure that you have it. Okay. So if you are like, there are people who put around 10, 15 skills, but in person, they might not be having a single one. So make sure that you don't put such things in your resume, because you never know when you enter an interview, they might look into your skills, and based upon that, you might be questioned according to that. Like you might be get into a stress level interview as well. So, for example, you might have put like, I'm a team worker. So they might give you a situation where your team worker skill has to be implemented, and they will evaluate your whatever the team worker skill that you have mentioned in that stress management question or the situation that they put you in. So make sure that even if it is a fourth skill or the three skills that you are putting over there, make sure that you have it. So don't put blunder things over there. Okay. Then comes to your like any major awards or the events that you participated. So every resume, I believe that the freshers should have this particular section in their resume, because whatever I have seen, the interviews I had faced, all the interviewers, they just went into that particular part when I, if I was a fresher, they went into that part and looked into that, because corporate is not always about your work or just working over there. So it also has other activities like CSR activities will be there and cultural activities will be there. So their social presence or this social status is also very much important for them. So how you are contributing to their social status is also important. So for example, if you are volunteering in some NGO activity, make sure that you put it over there. Or if you had certificate, I mean, if you have any certificate in some of the courses, like SAP or something, if you are excellent in that, make sure that you put those additional things in your awards or the additional details that you are putting. And then comes your personal information. So make sure that you put a minimal personal information like your name, your father name, marital status, your date of birth, gender. These pretty much normal things like your hobbies. You can put hobbies separately into a different section, or you can put it inside your personal information section. It's up to you. So whatever together, what I'm saying is make it simple but attractive. Don't lengthen your resume, because as a fresher, everybody knows that you won't be having much experience or any other, um, responsibilities. So your resume should be precise and simple. That's what I say. Hey, Hemant or Jayant, you want to add something to this?
Yeah, yes, I need
Uh,
to add a few points on this. So, Hem, you want to go ahead or shall I continue?
oh no, you can go ahead. I'll pitch in later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you almost covered all the points. I just need to add few of the points where make sure, guys, you need to make sure your resume looks very precise, simple, and easily understandable. As we said, don't put the fancy words over there. Be confident on the points, whatever you're putting in the resume. Whatever you are doing it, please mention those things. There are few people where they take a reference. Usually everyone used to take the reference for preparing resume. But what they used to do is they just copy paste it. Whatever skill they copy pasted, they will copy paste it. They'll not do any editing also. The skill will be mismatched. Usually you'll be getting questions on your resume itself. Whatever you are given it, suppose for an example, if you have given reading newspaper is your hobby, they'll ask about what is the current news, what happened, what is the current situation, what is the today's news, what is the headlines. Then you should be able to answer it. if it is not related, please don't put any fake information in the resume. The informations, whatever you're updating in your resume should be correct. It should be fact, to be frank. And if required, you can add all the certifications, whatever you have completed, like your project details or any computer courses which you have completed, you can add over the certifications over there. And you need to carry yourself well when the resume, when you're giving the resume, you need to carry yourself well. Whatever, suppose you may be getting the questions which is it's not part of your resume also. So whichever you are confident on it, make sure you divide it accordingly. Whatever presented in resume, maybe half of it you keep it in yourself. Don't write more points in your resume. As a fresher, resume should be very precise. Point that it should be. Suppose if they tell you to talk about which is not there in the resume, you should be ready to answer, but it should be related to you. You should be confident level should be not overconfident, I'll say, but whatever questions they're asking, you need to answer it well. So these are the points which I need to cover up. Over to him. If you want to add any of the points, you can add it.
Yes. So first of all, what happens is like the resume is nothing but your identity, which shows. It's like a visiting card which you carry along with you. So it's like your resume should do a talking about you. So that's how it should look. The thing is like what I would like to say it is as like as previously Jayanth covered. So do not make any layouts which is unnecessary. So it should be short, precise, and the keywords, the specific keywords. So if I need to tell you that, in US and all, like currently they're using a system wherein you just upload your soft copy of your resume and it sees the parameters, so which is presetted. So to the job role description, there should be certain criteria which should be met. So if you put all the information which is there, it will be processed through that portal. So it will be automatically, you will be scored. So your resume would be scored on that. So a precise thing is that like you shouldn't make unnecessary layouts or decorative, use fonts. See, resume, the first thing is like it talks about you. The thing is like a person who doesn't know you sees you at the first time and he wants to know whether you are a person who talks his walk. Correct. So the thing is like, do not make any minor spelling mistake on that. Please be careful on that. Do not copy paste something. And if you use some fancy words or you have a good vocabulary, like you are a good team player and you put that like you are a perseverance person, you are totally diligent, you have attention to detail, all this stuff. So they might ask like, how exactly are you? So you need to be precise in answering like why exactly you have put that. You need to mention that like, yeah, this is what I am. So it's like you're defining yourself with some what do you call vocabulary over there. So you need to justify that. So if you are able to justify your resume, you're 50% almost there. You'll definitely get the thing. And coming to the second one is like, for an example, if you mention that I'm excellent, I'm proficient in Excel, and you give all those things, you have a certificate, everything. On the spot, if an interview asks like, so if I have this data, like column A and column B, I want to quickly have this, like I just need to sort. They'll give a scenario, like for example, fruits, vegetable, all those stuff, and they'll give you a couple of items. So they want to know that like what exactly is the number of units which has been there as of date. So you need to be like which formula to use. Like for example, HLOOKUP or VLOOKUP, you need to be precise on what exactly to be used and how you can do that. If you give that, you need to justify that. That's what basically it is. And if you say I'm an innovative thinker or something like that, so you need to be precise, like what exactly are you like showcasing as an innovative thinker? What will you do? What if they give you a scenario in the pandemic? How do you think we need to control the stuff? If they give you that, you need to be in a position to answer that. So the key thing is whatever you give, you need to justify it. That's what they see. How capable are you to handle situations? So this all attributes rather than your knowledge. If you have 100 or 100 out of 100, it doesn't make any sense if you do not if you're not able to answer these current situation talks which you have. And you need to be more interactive. See, the hardly thing is leave that shy thing and all those stuff, because you know a person only for a half an hour period. For example, may take more than half an hour. So you need to impress in such a way, and also provide a precise thing on your resume so that it will be like impressive. It's always say like love at first sight, right? Similar to that, metaphorically speaking, you need to grasp that and have the attention of the interviewer so that you can easily proceed further. And you need to apply, you need to start, guys. So if you're on you have completed your third sem and you're waiting for your fourth sem academic right now, you need to start searching for job on LinkedIn portals and all those portals. Try like what is your area of interest, try searching from now on, and then try applying it. Okay, and if you have any references, keep in touch and just have like frequent touch with the person who is already in the profile. Ask them what exactly happens. If you want to know which profile you want to go, you need to do your homework first before reaching it out. That's what I would say. And team player. So, for example, I personally got this. I just mentioned team player, and team player, they just gave me a sports scenario, like what exactly you do. So I was in a position to answer. So that's how. And for example, I put my area of interest like as trucking and the billiards. So he asked me, in billiards, what are the rules? So that's how I should be able to answer that. And I said poker. So how exactly the game is played? So this is how interact. So they'll start up the conversation. You need to be gelling up with them. So you need to stay on the same page. Basically, that's what I mean to say. Hope I have covered everything. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Over to you, Jay.
Yeah, before that, I just want to add one more thing. I didn't talk about the font as Hemant rightly mentioned. I just remembered. So the standard font or the format that uh, is used in all the resumes is either Arial or Times New Roman. So make sure that you use either of these and do not use any other fonts which will make your resume fancy or look odd. So make sure that it is a standard form. It is in line with the standard form. Yeah. So the line is open for any questions. So we can go through those questions.
If you guys are
Anybody
not,
have any
yeah.
questions, you can unmute and ask us. We'll try to answer it.
So if you guys are not comfortable to speak out, there's a chat box in the right-hand corner. Just click on that. You feel free to ask your questions on that, whatever session we have discussed till now. Please come forward, guys. It's a learning opportunity for you. Please come forward and ask questions. Whenever you ask questions, you will learn it. So as Hemant said at the beginning, the session should be interactive. Please ask if there is any questions, or else we'll be moving to the next session.
I'm expecting some questions because when I was preparing a resume, I was totally blank and almost it took me 2 days or 2 to 3 days to complete one copy of my resume. So I looked into like some 1,000 different uh, resources to prepare my resume. So I know how difficult it would be whenever you are preparing your first resume. So it's better if you ask questions if you have any doubts that so that
Yes,
even we
Sri.
through that phase so we can help you out. Yeah, Jai.
Hello. Sri, there's a question in the chat box.
Yeah.
It is, I think, Selvan. Thanks for the question, Mr. Selvan. The question is any order for education qualification like 10 PUC degree? So, Sri, you want me to answer for this, or you go to go?
Yeah. So basically, it's fine if you show from second, I mean your PUC. There's no need to include 10th, but it's fine if you include 10th also. So the format should start with your current education first. So if
Hello.
you're pursuing, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Go
Hello.
ahead, Shri. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead,
Okay.
Shri. You're audible.
Okay, so if you're pursuing MCOM, so your education form qualification format, the first thing should come your MCOM qualification. So if you're doing MCOM, put MCOM and your respective college that you're pursuing in. And in the last column, what is your percentage till second semester? Because third semester result is not yet uh, came. So you can put till second semester, and within bracket you can put pursuing, because you are still doing your MCOM. Then comes your undergraduation, then your PUC, and then 10th standard. So it starts with your current level, then go back to your previous one. So that's how the format should be. I hope I answered your question.
So basically what Srilakshmi is telling here is your order should be from the higher to the lower. Whatever the higher education you're having at present, that should be in the beginning, the first column. Suppose you're pursuing MCOM or MBA, MBA should be first, next your degree, next your PUC and 10th standard. It goes like this. You can follow the same order as Srilakshmi said. And hope Srilakshmi is audible for everyone. If you are not audible, please tell us.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I see no questions. Thank you, Mr. Selvan. Thanks for the question. You're the only person who's interactive here. I think you're the only person who's listening or what? Come on, guys. We are your friends only. Feel free to ask questions. We are not in any classroom here.
Yeah,
This is a chance for you
we
to
are
ask
not.
questions.
Yeah, we're not some outsiders who came and talking to you guys right now. We are your seniors, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Guys,
I think
first thing,
ma'am has one question. What type of hobbies to add on resume? The hobbies which they're having, ma'am. That I will answer it.
Yeah,
If you guys need to add any of the points, Hemant and Sri, you can add few points. Ma'am, hobbies is nothing but whatever they're doing it. Apart from their academic skills, what is the hobbies in the free time? What they are doing it? Usually, everyone used to put the same thing: listening music, watching TV, playing sports. So be precise. Please be clear on it. Whatever hobbies you're playing on it. Hobbies in the sense, see, hobbies to relax yourself. So if you're having one hobbies to relax yourself, make yourself in some more hobbies where you can improve your skill level, improve your personality. See, if you're taking, see, if you're watching Netflix or Amazon Prime or any series or any episode, if you're watching it, it will take 1 or 2 hours time. So in the just half an hour of your daily hours spent for the quality time where you need to improve yourself. If you're lacking something behind, make yourself to improve yourself in that particular area. There are many resources. There, your seniors are there, teachers are there, friends are there. You can use even Google, YouTube reference. Taking a reference is not wrong, but improving yourself is good. If you don't improve yourself, whichever you're lacking, then it will be very difficult when you're facing an interview. Your communication skill is most important thing. See, if you ask me, your marks is just a gateway pass to enter into the company. Your marks is it's important, but what I will say is it's just a gate pass. So when you enter into the firm, the way the communication skill, the way you answer to the questions, there you will be selected. How you interact with the interviewer, that is the most important thing. So that is
yeah,
my understanding, and that is what my opinion on this. Shri and him, if you want to add any of the few points regarding this, please be free to add it.
yeah. Regarding hobbies, as I told, don't put anything uh, blunder in your resume. Don't think that this particular part is not being, seen by an interviewer. Each and every part in your resume is important. So, in case of hobbies, also don't put everything which you feel that you might have it. Okay, unless and until you are very much specific about that, don't put that in a resume. So basically what happens, there will be around 5 6 rounds where each round will be covering some part of your resume. So this hobbies and your personal information, those kinds of things will be covered in HR round most of the time. So HR will not look into your technical side part of your resume. They will just look into your this curricular part of your resume. So they will look into your hobbies and your awards or the volunteers that you have done. So they will look into that. So make sure whatever the hobbies you have, like reading a novel or playing some games, to put that accurately in your hobbies column. So as Hemant mentioned, if you put something in the hobbies like you play football, and if they ask you the rules of a football and if you're unable to answer it, then it says that you're just putting some uh, blunder things in your resume, which is not true. So they will think the trust that they have built is all gone. So the first impression that you are making is not good. So make sure that you put everything correctly so that the interviewer will build that trust in you. That is the platform that take you to the higher level.
Sri, sorry to interrupt you. So it's already 11:47. I think the session will be ended. So we need to join in the second session, if I'm not wrong. Whether we can continue the same session, I'm not sure. So it's fine if we go to second session and continue. Is that fine?
Jayanth, one thing I would like to add lastly.
Yeah, please free to add it. But just a reminder for you guys. Same session.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Okay. So
is
we
it the
got a
same
reply.
session?
Just a minute, I'll look into it. Yeah, same session will be continued. Fine. So we don't want to end it. So we have a few more questions on it. So Aim, you can add your points. So I can tell the next questions. You can add your points on it.
Yes, guys. So the thing is, like, we are here to share our thoughts. So please make use of it. The institution have invested their time over here. Even if it's no question is silly, that's what I believe. So even if you have a silliest question, please feel free. We do not see you of a picture over here, and we do not judge you. Okay, stop having that perception right now. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. It's okay. So rather than getting embarrassed over there, I think this is like so we have seen something which you haven't seen, right? That's what we are sharing our thoughts. I think like if we had this, like we would have practiced earlier only. That's what I feel. Like make use of it, even if it's a silliest question. Please go ahead and ask. No issues at all.
Okay.
Okay.
So I hope we have answered all the questions which Selvan asked. There are a few more questions which I'd like to read out. So the question which is it cover letter is required or only resume is enough? So Selvan, can you please be a little bit brief what you mean by cover letter here?
Yeah, Jay, I would say that since you guys are the freshers who are applying for a job right now, the cover letter is not important, it's not required. So only the precise resume that you carry, about 2-3 pages, whatever you have, that's pretty much enough. So cover letter is not required.
With the required documents along with that.
Yeah, carry your resume and all the documents like your mask cards and any certification that you have done and your photos along with your resume. So that's pretty much enough. Cover letter is not important. It's not required for freshers.
So thank you.
Next question.